Oh,
Like
okay.
it, I know what the ship does, what it can do,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't play it myself because I quite frankly have a big issue with the hull. I don't like unmaneuverable ships, and by unmaneuverable I mean bad turning, and I don't like ships with very bad turret firing angles.
Okay.
And the Mogator hull has both of that.
All right. Well, let's take a look at the ship build, and we'll talk through a lot of the stuff then. So, for modules, and by the way, this is the new hotness, the Pan-European destroyer line. The second one, the gunboat-focused line, which can only mount HE shells or use HE shells. Starts with the 139 millimeter guns. They're pretty nice, comfortable ballistics, from my understanding. I don't actually have a Gdansk on my own account. Um, you've
The
got
same as Kleber and
right. We
Mogador.
we were talking about that earlier. So main armaments mod 1, engine boost module, aiming systems, propulsion, concealment, and main battery. Okay, not a bad choice there. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my little captain builds cheat sheet and see what they recommend for Gdansk.
I
Might
think
take a
it's the
sec.
same.
So this is their recommended build. Uh, yep, main armaments mod 1, um, engine, aim, propulsion, concealment, and main battery. Okay, let's take a look at your captain build. Now, is this a special captain SF? And Razorback, thank you for the follow. Make sure you type exclamation point ticket in the chat because we do have a giveaway running. I don't know if a special captain would matter here, really, other than Jersey's talent and his buffed adrenaline rush. Alright, should be. Fair enough. So you are running preventative into Last Stand, Adrenaline Rush, uh, Gun Range, Fearless Brawler, and Survivability Expert. So you're planning on basically being kind of a long-range gunboaty thing. And that's kind of, you can see here, the recommended build so far, with further skills being your gun reload and your turret traverse. Those are the two ones that are missing.
I don't like it.
Right, no concealment. Yeah. Why don't you
No, I
like it?
can I mean I get the kind of no concealment thing. The whole argument is the concealment is bad anyway, and you have the Raider. What I don't like is the combination of Fearless Brawler and a ship that has smoke.
Why?
Because a Fearless Brawler doesn't work in smoke.
Yes. True.
Like, even if you want to pick it up, I think I would pick it up later. And I'd rather get my main battery specialist first to have the guaranteed 5%.
Okay. Okay. Remember, Fearless Brawler is only helpful if you are uh, being spotted and shooting, whatever. So, okay. Um, we'll have to see how SF plays it because it's also very much player dependent. If he's running and gunning a lot, hey. And look at you, SF. No flags whatsoever. Not
I
even
would I
running
would
protection.
still I would still probably take the other skill first and spend my extra point that I have right now for the turret traverse speed, because the turret traverse speed is so bad as well. And then if you really wanted, pick the Fearless Brawl up at the Cannon 21.
I mean, yeah, he could do that. But obviously that's how he built it to start with, so whatever. And you're cheap. That's all good, SF. Alright, let's get into the battle then, and let's see what happens in this replay. So, this is a carrier, ooh, a super ship replay. Hey, Solitude, thank you for the follow. Good to see you again today. Sarah, avert your eyes. There's a devastation on the enemy team. Anyway, you got a Midway, Devastation, Preußen, Soyuz, Junan, Gunleo, Ibuki, Yamagiri, Double Gdansk, Chungmu, 25 will want to deal with.
2 Gdansk on the enemy team as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't agree with the recommended builds on that dock? Fair enough, Solitude. I like to look at it as something to start with, and they can always change it up as necessary. On your team, you've got Midway, Satsuma, Kurfürst, Soyuz, Yodo, Moskva, Alaska, Dalarna, Yuyang, Gdansk, That's you, and Jaeger, and Gato. Okay. Let's see how you play this. SF gifting a sub to Solitude. Thanks, SF. You defer to Solitude.
SFNL1 gifted a tier 1 sub to XS Zero Litude. They have given 187 gift subs in the channel.
I am curious about where you're going right now. I feel like it can absolutely be very risky for you. I would rather see you on the 910 line to start.
I would be on the other side of the cap too, because if you go here on the inside, you're just gonna get shot by so many more ships, or potentially getting shot by so many more ships. And it's not that your smoke is gonna save you if you run into the enemy Gdansk here, because they can just radar you as well.
Right. I don't like the use of engine boost to stop and reverse quickly. I think you'd be better off having it available in case you do get radared while you're in your... Also, you're backing out too quick, again, because of that engine boost. Torpedoes go past you.
What is your Dalana doing here?
Dying. I guess you're lucky that that's happening because you're able to do this and get the cap.
It's also kind of lucky because it looks like that Gdansk was like spawning in late or so, because he's still so far back.
Right.
It's very, I've never seen a super ship Dalana suicide like that. What?
Yeah, it's very
interesting.
I don't understand either. Because yeah, it's a super ship. You're talking about losing a lot of credits.
It's not like a low tier ship with bad matchmaking or something, right?
Right. Now, you can actually still cap. Bryson did get a lucky hit on you.
Was that a blind fire from the poison?
Yes. They've been doing a nice job of blind firing him in the smoke, partly because SF keeps shooting. Alright, you can't cap anymore.
I was about to say, I might have just stopped shooting there. Like, if you want to get the cap, like...
Something is in C. You could radar to find out what it is right away. It's the Amagiri. Alright, so you know he's going to send torpedoes your way. There they are. You guys are already down 2 destroyers right off the bat. Yu Yang died over A. So, yeah, good luck. Also, you might, yeah, there's the anti-air. Good. Bit much going on right now. Just a bit. But yeah, I do agree with Grunty. If you really wanted that cap, as soon as that Dalarna died or you saw him just YOLOing through, stop shooting. Get the cap, and then continue gunning. Because now you're down 3 ships. Well, Midway responds, so there's that. Bryson? No, he DCP'd, okay. Oh my god, look at this ship. It's gonna be a total monster against the bots. Definitely a line of prioritized finishing. And there is a shout out for Solitude. I should have done that earlier. Thanks, SF. Okay, well. Her first does go down. Wait a second. We were looking at Big D Plays' build, not SF's build. I apologize, I didn't realize there would be 3 Gdansks.
Oh, it pulled the wrong build?
Yeah. No, it didn't pull it. It gave me... Sometimes it gives
Oh,
me a
yeah,
link
right.
directly, or you just have to go through the list. Gdansk is so bad for the game. Why is that, SF? Just need to see the Odo doing this. Because it's crushing other destroyers. Gotcha.
It makes... It's somewhat of a cap bully with the short duration radar that just prevents other destroyers from doing what they want to do, because the radar is in such a short cooldown, and then you have that high DPM output to top it off. It's kind of oppressive. Not necessarily in a way that it kills the other destroyers immediately. Like, that's not much different than what the French destroyers do. But that it gets the ability to spot for itself with that radar. It's...
Yeah.
Even if it's short, it's not good.
Okay. So, speaking of not good, look at your setup. You've lost 6 ships. They've lost 4. And then you've got Dirk Diggler and the Soyuz coming your way. Is that figuring that the Soyuz is going to turn?
Is that widespread?
Looks like it, or normal spread, I would suppose, for this line, right?
It definitely doesn't look like a European narrow spread.
Battleship main, or this man was different. Battleship main of heart. Okay. That would be that Yamagiri probably trying to torpedo again. Oh.
Yes. So here's my thing from someone who plays torpedo boats. It obviously worked out here nicely, but I would not have shot while these torpedoes were in the water, because that potentially just encourages the battleship to completely abandon this and turn around.
Right,
And then your
they'll
torpedo
react to
hits.
you.
I would have waited for these torpedoes to hit and then open up. But the battleship player was stupid, and you got the torpedoes anyway, so...
Let's say he didn't react appropriately to the threat. Now the Ibuki is, yeah. He's gonna probably ram the Alaska. Or not. Okay, never mind. That's actually huge for your team. You needed that kill. You needed him to go. Satsuma going into the middle of the map, that's always fun to see. I might go straight up decap right now. Forget about B.
I would go in that cap too.
The other thing to think about is the enemy sub. Last spotted by A. Hasn't even gone into A to grab the cap, which is weird. You would think he would have. So by now I would expect that sub to have passed south of A and be like in Hotel 3 chasing your carrier.
Probably, that's what I would be assuming too.
Yeah. Better
But yeah,
sign for this
you
selling out
basic-
for hero.
But yeah, I would go straight through the decap. Your best case scenario is you find the enemy destroyer there, you kill it because you have way more hit points than both of them.
Right.
Your worst case scenario here is that you get in the cap and you get the cap.
Aha! Alright, so you see where something is. Actually, Gdansk is also in smoke and shooting at the Satsuma.
Yeah, the other smoke just went up here.
Oh boy. I mean, goodbye Yamagiri. And you know he probably fired the torpedoes at the Satsuma, so should be okay here. What a narrow spread did that one. Also, why dump your torpedoes and then radar? Because typical destroyer response is going to hit W as soon as they're on radar.
Yeah, these torpedoes were pointless.
Also, you beached.
I would have also waited with that radar until you were a bit closer.
Especially until your Alaska got closer.
Wytwornica dymu uruchomiona.
Alright, so just gonna say it real quick so everybody's aware, Devastation is a test ship, and therefore I cannot comment about the ship's characteristics or anything like that.
No,
Zasłona dymna ustawiona.
it's released.
Is it released?
Wyłączone.
It was in the early access option.
I can't keep that crap straight. Okay, fine, it's released and it's BS. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. Diva, thanks for the follow. Hi. So it's part of the auction. Okay. I can never remember anymore which ships are out, which ones are test ships, so.
It's
I just don't
definitely
talk
not
about
under NDA. So.
Oh, look, Jersey Mike Frox.
Pancernik zniszczony.
What was that torp for? Gdansk is sailing
Uwaga, podaję
quite far
pozycję
away.
celu. Potrzebuję danych rozpoznawczych.
I would have luck chucked into B, based off where the Gdansk is, and also the Jinan and the U-2501 for that matter.
Ogień na celu.
All right, out of smoke, out of engine boost. It's all guns now, baby. Also, if you're lucky, the Gato is gonna torp your midway. Your midway is way too far away.
I think you had a window there. It was very, very close. SAS doesn't have the radar circle enabled on the minimap. You might have had that Gdansk in your radar to get another shot
Right.
off.
Right.
It's hard to tell.
Problem is, Gdansk was sailing away anyways.
It was sailing away, but all you needed was like one salvo that was targeted and aimed well.
Well, now you get to play the shooty, dodgy game. And your Gato is now belly up. Which is the name of the player.
Potrzebuję danych rozpoznawczych.
Died to the midway because it got spotted. Ouch.
Which server is this? This is the NA server.
I think if your sub actually got the kill here on the CV, you'd had a chance.
Mhm.
Now, I think
It can still
there
happen.
is no.
It can still happen. He goes
Okay,
into B.
this is very valuable information right now.
Yeah,
You know,
Right.
both the sub and the Chinan get spotted, so it's only the Gdansk in the cap,
right,
and you know it's a one shot.
right.
So I would actually not go towards your carrier. I would stay on the south side, so that you have the Gdansk on your own, not get closer to the Chinan.
Okay, there he is. There he goes.
Zatopiliśmy wrogi niszczyciel.
See a little bit of taunting in chat.
Yeah, I don't like the like. You should be going in the B cap now.
I would agree.
I think that fight against the Chinan here is a losing fight.
The only nice thing about it is that you take his eye off the carrier. And at max range, Janan is it's difficult to hit a destroyer that's maneuvering like you are. So, I mean, you are getting some really good hits on the Gdansk. And you even got a torpedo hit, so you're probably going to flood him out here.
That bomb hit hurt.
It was an unfortunate bomb hit. Midway and Gdansk are divisioned, by the way. And there you go. The Midway actually manages to bomb you. Oof. Well, there's our death pick. We all love a good death pick, don't we? Let's see.
I don't know. It's tough to say there in the end. I mean, obviously the Chinan got killed because of
Yeah.
your play here. But
Right.
at the same time, with you being between the Chinan and the CV going for you, you got yourself killed there too.
Mm-hmm.
If you went north, get in the B cap, there is a good chance you still die to the enemy CV. So it's
Right.
like a damn if you do, damn if you don't scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I still think like the general idea is if you just go north in the B cap and the Chinan is not able to shoot you, you can purely focus on trying to dodge and make the CV drop as bad as possible so you have the best chance of surviving without having to worry about dodging the shells from the Chinan at the same time.
Right. I mean, he basically did the same thing to himself that he was doing to the Gdansk, right? He was focusing or forcing the player to do more things than once. Going for the initial cap, if you had gotten that cap and you had those extra points, that might have helped. I don't know that would be the end all be all. Now you're stuck dealing with the Midway.
I mean, honestly, the Midway can. No, his CV can win this. The Midway can win this.
Absolutely can.
He has a health advantage. He can kill the enemy CV much quicker than the enemy CV kills him, as long as he manages to get away from the submarine.
Well, that's the big part. Let's go back to SF's view here. There's only 2.5 minutes left in the game. So,
And they are ahead on points, so
right.
all he has to do is not die. And turning towards the submarine, I think, is... Oh, wait, the hit points just got that. I thought it was still full HP. Never mind.
He was taking some hits earlier. But still, ouch. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I guess he was forced to turn this way because of the torpedo bombers from the enemy Midway.
I mean, I guess he didn't really... I don't know. I don't feel like he had to. But at least the Gato pinged, so there goes your auto ASW.
He did a decent job of avoiding most of the torpedoes from that Midway there.
Yeah.
But I didn't see his own torp, if that was better.
And honestly, there's no reason to be worried about the torps on the Midway and stuff. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it
try to do
is.
it.
Against the carrier, like, it seemed enough damage. If he was still full HP, I would agree, but...
No, but what I'm talking about is the enemy carrier. Like, the focus should be... And this is SF's moving around. But I'm just saying that the focus for this Midway right here should be on survival, not on trying to kill the enemy Midway.
No, I think he needs to kill the Midway. If
Why?
he's not killing the Midway and keeps the Midway busy, he's just gonna die to the Midway planes. He's too low to ignore the Midway. Unfortunately.
Okay, but I feel like the sub is the bigger threat than the Midway, is what I'm trying to get at. And there's the defeat.
Yeah, he should have run cat towards the 10 line and not turn back if he could help it.
Either way, it's still a good game for USF. Some good credit earnings there. Very high damage, 274,000. It's a loss, but I'd still walk away from it feeling pretty good about it. You know what I mean? That's how I would look at that. As far as your team score, obviously you came in first by quite the margin. Midway was the second closest. And there's the other Gdansk, who you actually beat despite losing. Wow.
Yep. Yogado failing the kill on the carrier here and getting himself killed. That was just so bad.
Well,
Also,
we saw.
imagine if your Dalana didn't suicide himself.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a different story too, right? Look at this. The Dalarna actually scored better than the Yu Yang, who also died very early in the match too.
I think that the Yang on the other side just got by the Gdansk.
Well, he got spotted and just
I
shot
think.
and killed. I mean, that's what happened. But I mean, Dalarna was able to get a couple more shell hits or plane kills, and that's why his XP is higher. It's just funny to look at that.
The Yu Yang just got surprised, unlucky, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't see him overextend. I mean, we can see at the replay render again. But the Dalana just threw away the ship for nothing.
Yep.
Capping earlier. I mean, you didn't lose it on points. Like, I
No.
don't think if you get that caps sooner, but
No, I agree. And by the way, let's go and correct my mistake. Here's the build that SF was using for this particular battle. So in this one, this is obviously Jersey Mike, and he's got a full 21-point captain on this instead of the 17. So we got to see what the other guy had, and he came in first place. Or second.
I still like the main battery specialist plus grease the gears better than the fearless brawler. If that is the choice here in the end.
Okay.
Just because you have a smoke and you're not always shooting while being detected.
Oh, you don't run concealment anymore? So you changed it now. So you dropped concealment on. Okay, but for this game you had concealment. But you've dropped that. I'm guessing you went and picked that up in that instead. Or did you have relocation? No, you didn't. So that's what you've got. That's your build. Okay.
I mean, in that case, you can't really drop the fearless to get the damage back another way.
Right. So he's gone. That's full guns. That's full guns, basically.
This, yeah. You might what you can do here is, you could pick up 2 tier 2 skills. I don't know, but I don't know if priority target does something for you. Consumable specialist could be nice. Or what? I don't know. You could pick up the superintendent to get another smoke, maybe?
That would certainly help.
I wouldn't hate that. Gives you another radar too.
Yeah. And another engine boost. I mean, that could help with like survivability. Obviously, you'll lose a little bit of the damage from doing it. I would probably, if I had to drop any of these, I'd probably drop Fearless Brawler first, personally, and then grab Super. Now you've got one of these skills to pick up. In that case, maybe Liquidator.
I like incoming fire alert to know when someone shots at me.
Yeah.
Especially if you play long range, you have enough time to actually react to the shots that come towards you.
Right. And you were running signals. The other guy was not running signals. So you ran all the normal stuff that I would expect a destroyer to use. Except maybe I might drop the smoke and get a fire reduction one. Whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at your replay render.
One thing that would have happened though if you get the C cap sooner and actually cap it without shooting You'll save yourself a little bit of hit points. Maybe, because
Yeah.
you're not getting blind fired. Could have mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that Yu Yang was way too aggressive too.
Oh yeah. I mean, he did the
He might have-
typical
he
thing
might
a day.
have- He might have been spotted by their submarine there or so, but he was
Mhm.
way too deep in the cap as well. I think this mid game here is all fine. There's not much else you could do different.
No, I mean, your Yodo goes way too close. Suicides. Oof. Here comes the Soyuz.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, if you fire the torpedoes here, I would not have shot, but didn't
Yeah.
matter in the end.
There were also a couple times he luck chucked torpedoes that weren't necessary, right? On that smoke Gdansk, for example, and then radars after that. And then that other time when he poured north when the Gdansk was clearly going the other side of the island.
Yeah, but if you pause here, this is where I would have gone straight into the sea cap. Like,
Yeah. I agree, but he didn't. He went in between.
yeah, we went in between.
I mean, seeing the Yamagiri probably helped make that determination for him, but still.
But again, here, like, you beach himself. Like, just keep going towards that Gdansk here. Like, that beaching here costs time.
And the thing is, there's a smoke screen right there. Assuming the enemy Gdansk doesn't radar you, he could actually use that to get a YOLO charge on the devastation.
It's not even needed.
No, he dies anyway to his torps.
But
This
again,
is
like
the-
here, you see the midway running kind of towards you in that direction. Like, instead of going down south here, I would have either gone straight up north to cut off that carrier, or head into that B cap, especially when the other ships get spotted now. So you can get the B cap back and then head north. I think going south, like at this point, your carrier, I don't know if he had lost hit points yet, but it was still showing as a full HP at this time.
Right. Right, and
So
it
at
only
this
updates
point,
when
I
you can
wouldn't
see
have
him.
been worried about about protecting it, because right now it's still fine.
I do agree. I think the northern, that would have at least, then you threaten the Midway, you threaten the Gdansk, the other two, we'll see what they do. I'm really surprised to see that sub in the middle of the map, though. So Midway's actually at full HP until this point, when he literally runs out of map to go and turns north.
Yeah, I don't understand this. This is like,
He's got two more
could have
grid
just
squares.
yeah, he could have just kept running. Like that, I don't know.
Also, if you look at his torpedo drops, they're very panicked. He dodges the Jinan deep water, so that's kind of cool. Never mind. That's why he lost all the hit points. PonyB91, thank you for the follow. Make sure you type exclamation point ticket in chat because we're doing a drawing soon. .tm. And here's the part where the carrier dies. And that's the game. I mean, it's a hard game to lose, but at the same time, like, you had really good numbers and whatever, so... It's a good demonstration of how powerful the ship can be, especially when you're able to, you know, get your guns on things. I might need to try it sometime. I haven't unlocked, I haven't done anything with it, though. So... Exactly, Classic. He did his part. Okay. Well, anything else, Grunty, or... Counters Ragnar? Oh, absolutely it does. It's got better DPM and the same kind of radar, it just doesn't have the heal, so... You would expect to see it in comp a lot?
Does it really counter the Ragnar, though? I mean, I get it. It has the better DPM and you get some torps, but is it direct counter? I mean, the Ragnar still has 25 millimeters armor.
Right, which I don't think he can
And the
pen.
Ragnar, I think... Like, the AP on the Ragnar is no joke.
Mhm.
Gdansk is definitely better at fighting other destroyers than the Ragnar is.
Mhm.
But, I mean, I guess it might be stronger than the Ragnar, like, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure I would classify it as a counter.
Okay. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens when it comes out, you know, when we start seeing it in competitive. We didn't see it this weekend because it was banned or whatever. If I remember right. You crush Ragnar's in it, so okay, so from your own personal experience. Fair enough. Okay. Well, thanks for sending that in and all your support, SF. I really appreciate it, as always.